Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Coalition, the Oscar Cast, where we're going to discuss basically our predictions for the 98th Academy Awards. We already went through the nominations earlier this morning at the butt crack of 8:30 ET. I feel so sorry for those in the PT because it was a lot. It was hurt. Basically, we now know all of the nominations. I'm along with my host, Richard Bailey Jr., is going to be talking about our predictions because we watch movies, y'all. I'm like so proud of us. We watch things. I'm proud of you.
Absolutely. Looking forward to this discussion. And let me start off by saying one prediction: there will be nobody getting slapped this year at the Academy Awards. So, yeah.
Sometimes we all just need to be slapped around a little bit. Justice for Will. The whites are like, oh my gosh, she's wanting violence on the stage again. No. But yes, so a couple of things. Sinners got a record-breaking 16 nominations. Delroy Lindo got his very first Oscar nomination, which is a gosh darn shame that this is his first time getting a nomination. You got to work twice as hard to get half as far. So I'm very excited about that. We also have Timothée Chalamet. He has his very first Oscar nomination, and some other people got their Oscar nominations that they deserve and don't deserve. But we will break that down, and it's going to be Wicked, which got nothing. So let's start off with the first cab song. Sorry. Let's start off with the first category. We're unhinged. I haven't had sleep. Well, this is the Best Picture nomination. We have Begonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, Train Dreams. Mr. Richard, who do you want?
Well, this is a tough one because I personally, like, obviously, Dana, you've seen some of these other movies on this list. I've seen most
Mm-hmm.
of them. I am going, I will say this. I believe this comes down between Sinners and One Battle After Another. And I think that One Battle After Another is going to win that award. And I say that because of the type of movie that it is, the timing of this particular movie, the theme of the movie, and of course, it is a very good movie. Sinners is it's going to be very close between those two. I would want Sinners to win that, but One Battle After Another, I don't know because it just feels like that is the perfect movie to win that award. That's just my opinion. Uh, but yes,
Wow. Perfect movie to win that award. I'm going to go with Sinners because I'm sorry, for me, cultural impact, the fact that I can still remember everything, the depths and layers of it, the history behind it, I have to go with Sinners because it to me had more meaning and is more impactful than like a group of terrorists who's like down with the government, down with the man. Okay, so is Dog Day Afternoon. Well, technically, not really Dog Day Afternoon. Attica, you can probably say, and a lot of other ones. But for me, it has to just be Sinners. I agree that it probably will not win. I do not see the Academy voting for it. I see the Academy as more like, this looks like us. It's a safe movie. So for me, I'm gonna have to go with that as my prediction. I still to this day don't know how F1 got on here. You've seen F1, I've seen it. I'm confused.
hey,
Did
listen.
they purposely? Yeah.
Well, some of those movies, I know Apple, they wanted to get some type of nomination. I'm sure they are ecstatic that that movie got on that list. There's no way in hell that movie will win that award. Um, but yeah, a lot of people like Brad Pitt. They like. I mean, it is a pretty good movie as far as the setting, the action with the cars. And, yeah, but it's not like it's an original story. We've seen a lot of other movies that have a similar premise, similar characters. One character, a mentor, and then the person underneath them, they have issues with that person. I understand that, but I don't think it's going to win the best picture. But we'll see what happens.
I don't see it at all. I don't. Wicked didn't even get Best Picture. Was this like an FU to Wicked? And what did Wicked do to like get nothing? Horrible. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh no!
Yeah.
I don't want to cut you off.
Oh no! I was going to say yeah. I also think that's interesting. And then when you get to the best musical score, I would have expected Wicked to be on that also, and it's not. So that's very interesting that it didn't get any nominations. I know it got nominated for a lot of stuff. The previous movie got nominated for a lot of stuff, but I guess they didn't care that much for the sequel. I don't know. We'll get into that later.
Right. I think you mean like best original song because the score was not original. It's from the musical. But yeah, not even a song. Honey and Diane Warren's going to get shut out again. But let's go and talk about directing. Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, Sinners. Just no, you said it was between Sinners and One Battle. Is that the same for this?
No. I think it's Sinners. I think it's Sinners because I mean the thing about it is this: what you said about Sinners winning Best Picture, I could see that happening too. Mm-hmm. I question the people that are going to be voting for this stuff because they're going to think about a lot of different factors. But with Sinners, I feel like when you go to the scene, the musical scene that everybody talks about, that is a very iconic scene in that movie where, he's playing the guitar and then you see the history of the music, the layers to the storytelling of how certain stuff is portrayed in the movie and told. I just think, and then of course the way that it's shot, it looks great. Cinematography is awesome. So I would think, I think Ryan Coogler should definitely get some type of recognition for this movie. I don't know if it's going to be Best Picture, but he definitely should get this one. I think the Best Director. But we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm. I think it will be a toss-up between Sinners and One Battle After Another. If Ryan wins Best Directing, then that means One Battle will probably win Best Picture, or vice versa. I'm going to be very honest. The scene that means so much to us, they do not understand.
Mm-hmm.
If you get what I'm saying. Why is there twerking in the joint? And then of course they do. Her butt is moving in a weird way. There are certain levels and meanings that we get, but they're like, I don't get it. Bring back the Irish. So yeah, that's just kind of my view on that. I don't know why. Sentimental Value, I know is beloved. I don't get it. And I'm really surprised another with Marty Supreme. I am going to say this. I loved Marty Supreme. It gave me anxiety. But in terms of staying with me, no. It didn't stay with me. But, Sinners did. One Battle After Another kind of did. So, yeah. So moving on from that, we have actress in a leading role. Or as I just say, Best Actress. Jessie Buckley to Hamnet, Rose Byrne for If I Had Legs I'd Kick You, Kate Hudson, Song Blue, I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher her name, Renate Renoviz, I still butchered it, I'm sorry, and Emma Stone. Who do you have? Because I don't understand why Kate Hudson is here. I'm very confused by that and Rose Byrne. I'm lost.
That's a great question. That movie literally just came out like a couple of weeks ago, right? The movie she did with
which one?
The movie that she's in. What is it? The Blues movie? Is that what I just saw?
Maybe for y'all. I know it came out Christmas Day. I saw it way before Christmas, but yeah, it came out Christmas Day.
Okay, so here's what I think. I saw a couple movies on this list. I did see, of course, Begonia, which I thought was a very interesting movie.
You liked that movie?
I thought it was. I know they were trying to do a lot of different things, the comedy, science fiction. I thought it was a bit interesting because I know that director does a lot of weird type of things. But no, I think it's obvious who's going to win that. I think it's going to be Jessie Buckley because that Hamnet movie. Everyone has been talking about that movie. even before it came out. They're like, it was getting recognized even before the movie came out. And I know it's based on the play, right? So that I can see her winning that, and I think that's the clear winner. I don't know if there's going to be anyone else that, because I believe you saw Sentimental Value, so you can speak to if you think that deserves it. But that's just my pick.
I love Sentimental Value. I do, but I don't. I've never considered it Oscar contender at all. I just really liked it. I have never considered. I'm just confused. Like, why are you here? But I'm happy for them. The Stellan, the Skarsgårds. That was Stellan Skarsgård, who is the daddy of the other Skarsgårds. I believe there's like 5 or 6 of them. We know
Ah,
Bill and we know Pennywise, whose name is escaping my head at the moment. But he was Bill. Alexander Skarsgård is the other one. But Daddy Skarsgård, I'm yay for him. But I don't, for me, it just was not something that touched my soul. It made me remember anything. But yeah, I would have to go with what you said as well. Jessie Buckley put her hoo-ha in that film. It was heartbreaking. It was sad. It was just a lot of weight. And she is an actress who can carry that weight very well. I will never forget her in Women Talking, because all the women did was talk. But she was good with the words that came out of her mouth. So I have to agree with you when it comes to Jessie there. So we have actor in a leading role, or as they used to say, best actor. Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme, Leonardo DiCaprio, One Battle After Another, Ethan Hawke, Blue Moon, which made me cry. I'm so happy he's in it. Sorry. It's just, he was so good. Michael B. Jordan for Sinners, and Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent, which I saw and still was like, this is cute. I enjoyed. I don't know why you're here.
okay. This might be a bit controversial. My choice for
Okay.
this. Let me start by saying this. I think what Michael B. Jordan did with Sinners is great because I recall when I was watching, they were talking about the movie and the fact that when Ryan was shooting the movie, there were certain things where Michael B. Jordan is obviously talking to his brother, so he has to do the mannerisms as if he's acting and interacting with somebody who was not there. And then, of course, they do that. So I have to say that I think I do give him a lot of credit for that because that could not have been easy to embody that and play these two different characters. But Timothy is going to win this award. I just because here's the thing. One thing I do know about this is that he put a lot of time into this role. I've read things about him. Basically, he has been doing all the practicing of the table tennis stuff. He's been doing all of this stuff in between sets while he was filming other projects. He's put years into this. And of course, this is somebody who clearly has always wanted to be elevated. Do I think it's too early for him to get an award like this? Yeah, he could still wait a while before he gets this award. But obviously, this is a movie that everybody is talking about, so I would not be surprised if he gets this award. That's who I think is going to end up getting it. Now, if he doesn't get it, I want to see who else gets it. Michael B. Jordan, yes, like I said, I like what Michael B. Jordan did in Center, so I would want to see him get this. But I'm thinking that the majority of people are going to say Timothée Chalamet because this guy is multi-talented, not just as an actor, as a musician as well. All the stuff that he's been in. That's just my opinion. But let's see what happens.
Club Chalamet about to beat my ass. That 60-year-old woman going to be outside my door because under nose. I love Timothy. I absolutely love Bones and All. I thought that was superb. And I love the fact that he said that he is an actor who wants to get better, who wants to improve. And he has improved. And I love watching people's growth. But to give him an Oscar is insane right now. No, precious. I don't, like, this to me is like a good job. Yay. We're going to give you a nomination. For him to win, oh my God, no. I would rather Leo win. if that's the case, here's the thing. And then also the progression of Michael B. Jordan, I love as well. Because I'm not going to lie, before I even heard of Sinners, all I heard was like, oh, it's a black vampire movie. I was like, ooh, that's great. Starring Michael B. Jordan. Oh, okay. And he's twins. What? Because for me, Michael B. Jordan at that time was always mumbling. Sometimes he was captivating, but he didn't retain my attention all the way through. And with Sinners, I was locked in. I was locked in twice. And to play a role twice, two different roles, you're identical twins, but you're not the same person. I absolutely enjoy and love, and this is my happy place. I do not think he will win. I do think, however, it will go to Leonardo. Just because it is Leonardo and he has done so many things, and you could make the argument kind of like the Academy sweetheart. They love him, but they never given him an award. And I think sometimes when you get an award, it can be like an apology award. Sorry for making you wait all these years. And that's where it comes to. Who I think deserves it all the way through, but will not win, is Ethan Hawke. Blue Moon is something that was not just a performance, but it was a complete escapism. I watched that and was like, okay, where's Ethan Hawke? Where's he at? And I've met the man in person. I had my lowdown interview. And to see him as Ethan Hawke regular, just tall for no reason, but him regular and him transform himself into that character, who is a real person, by the way, where he was like 4 foot tall man, skinny, invisible to the world, wanting to belong. To me, that is an actor's performance. That is what you would get if you put that in the same movie and you make it a Broadway production. He would have easily gotten a Tony Award for. But I do not think that the Academy, I'm happy that they nominated him, because that is such a nomination, an awards, what do you call it? The board of award people, like they would love that. But to give him that award, I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen for Leo, though. And that's just what it is. I think Michael B. Jordan, he did a really, really great performance. Twice. But the Academy loves a Leonardo DiCaprio. Or I could be completely wrong, because the Academy really loves The Secret Agent. And Wagner could just easily be like, hey. And I'd be like, this is a great movie. I don't get it, though. I'm happy for you. So that's just kind of my opinion and confusion about this whole mess. So I might have to change my vote to Wagner, just because they love the movie so much. But I think it's between Wagner and Leo. I'm going to stop talking now. I'm going to go final answer, Leo. So here we have cinematography, the beautiness of it all. Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sinners, Train Dreams, which, by the way, Netflix, yay for you, Netflix. Maybe now put your movies in the theater for like at least 30 days. That's all I ask for. Who do you go for when it comes to the prettiness of the cinematography?
Oh boy, this again. Oh boy. Another tough one. I don't know. I got to give it to Sinners. I think it's between Sinners again. It's between Sinners and One Battle After Another. I think about the shot where they had the highway scene shot and One Battle After Another. That all that stuff was great. But it's just the way that the film Sinners is shot, with the colors and the images, the visual images of, you see, both of the brothers and the sunset, the sun setting. You see all those visual things that are reminders. And again, we know that the way they really embody and really emphasize the love of the South, I think he absolutely nailed that on every level. And I know I've saw that movie multiple times. I've saw it with my roommates, a couple of different friends, saw it with family members. Everyone loves the movie. So I think that's the movie. That's also one. I will add this. That is one movie where I really do think it is important for people to see it in theaters. And that is something I noticed, because when I was telling people to go see the movie, they're like, oh, let me go see a bootleg of the movie. Then when they saw it in the theater, it's like, okay, yeah, I do think this is a movie I should have seen in the theater in the first place. So I have to give it to Sinners. Just my opinion. I don't know if the Academy is going to agree, but that's just my opinion on that one.
Okay. Okay. For me, you directly to the Academy Award people voting. Y'all are raggedy for not nominating Warfare because that was superb.
Oh
You should have
yeah.
got
Oh
best
yeah.
editing, best sound, best cinematography. I had PTSD and I've never been in war except for life because of black and it's hard out here. So for me, I have to give it respectfully. Sinners, I love you. Train Dreams, very beautiful, but it has to go to Frankenstein. Frankenstein, for me, Frankenstein was a gorgeous gothic movie. Just gorgeous for no reason. But I will say this, Ruthie Carter for Sinners, I think this is like her 100th nomination for, no, I'm in the wrong one. That was costuming. Sorry, my brain, ADHD. But I'm still going with Frankenstein because that was just a gothic beauty of sensationalness, and I loved every moment of that. I thought it was beautiful. I appreciate everything about Sinners. I understand the road scene was amazing, but I'm like, I'm not going to give you an award for that. It was great. I'm not giving you an award. But for me, Frankenstein. Up next, visual effects. Avatar, obviously. F1, why are you here? No, I get it. My biggest thing, Jurassic World Rebirth. One of the worst movies of the year. What are we doing with our lives? I hate you so much. The Lost Bus and Sinners. Thoughts? And the dinosaurs look like complete crap. They look like shit.
Yeah, Jurassic Park was pretty horrible. I recall that I went to see that they had an AMC surprise screening, and that's what it ended up being. And I was like, "Oh, I'm surprised they made this a surprise screening because that's a reduced price ticket." But then I understood after I saw it why that was the price. Um, so visual. Oh boy, let me look at that list one more time again. We had F1 was on there, Avatar. Oh boy. Um, I have not seen Avatar Fire and Ash yet. I know everyone is talking
Dude,
about how amazing the movie looks, even though it's the same
great
story
fire.
over and over again. Um, that makes me wonder if it's going to win just because of how it looks. I don't know. Um, that's a tough one. The Lost Bus, I didn't see that, so I don't know what that is. Um, if I'm going to have to pick one on that list, uh, I don't know. It might be F1, maybe because of how they're portraying the racing and all that other stuff. Certain ways, certain stuff is shot. I could see that winning, although I would not be surprised if it goes to Avatar because Avatar. This is a movie that took a long time, and this trilogy is still ongoing. So a lot of time put into crafting the animation and stuff like that. So that's why I said I could see that winning something. I just don't know if it's going to win that. But if I have to pick one, I'm going to go with F1 only because I did enjoy the way that they shot that movie with some of the visual stuff in there. But we'll see. It's probably not going to win though because I said that. There
Can you
you
hear
go.
me?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can hear me now. Great. I have to go to Avatar. I can't stand James Cameron's little stink attitude, but I'm sorry. Avatar is a terrible story. Whomever wrote it can't write from dog poop. It was basically Avatar 2.0, but it was pretty. That girl who gave it up to was with the fire and the thing, and I was like, oh, whatever you want, I'll give it to you. I don't have anything, but I'll still give you that. I'm gonna give you nothing, just so you know I gave you something. So to me, it has to go to Avatar, just because it's so beautiful for me. And they were blue, they were green, they're the same stinking whale, but it was pretty. So I give you them that. Next one, sound, which should have been warfare in here. Um, F1, Frankenstein, one battle after another, Sinners, Surratt. Ooh, wait till you hear what I have to say.
Actually, let's let you go first on this one because I do want to hear what you have to say.
Oh, that's right. You have been going first a lot of times, and that is not fair. I'm going to have to say Surratt. Surratt was like a drug-fueled nightmare in the best way, where you would have panic attacks stuck to the seat. You cannot move, and that had to do with the sound. So to be that powerful of a movie, I would have to equate it to the movie that I cannot remember. It was a really great movie. Remember the Nazi movie that came out like maybe 2 years ago or last year that took place where like it was Auschwitz and then they were right outside of Auschwitz and all you could hear was the screaming and the yelling of people. I would have to Google the name of that movie. But it was a big thing that happened. It was right next to Anatomy of a Fall. But anyway, the sound from that was so very visceral, and the sound from Surratt was very visceral as well. So my vote has to go to Surratt.
So you definitely made me want to see Surratt. I have to check it out. One thing I will say is some of the movies that were on this list, they actually, when I went to go see them, I did go to the Dolby Surround cinema. So all of those movies, they really enhanced the visuals and the sound. One movie that I still remember of that list, again, controversial pick, F1. The sound in that movie, when you're sitting in there and you hear the engines revving, all that stuff, it really was elevated in that particular setting. That may not be the case for depending on if anyone sees it in a different setting. So I can understand if that not winning, but if I had to choose one, I would say that because I really felt that, and again, it felt like I was in the car with Brad Pitt and Damson driving. So they did a very good job with the sound, but Surratt probably could win that. I haven't seen it yet, so I have to check it out, but that would be my pick.
And the movie I was talking about before was called Zone of Interest. But you are absolutely right. It was such a long time ago that I saw F1. It's currently streaming on Apple Plus TV or whatever you call it. It's there, but it's not the same. And when you watch it in a theater, locked in. And remember, I think it was also in like 4PX or whatever they call it, where it's like the car goes this way and you're going that way. So this, I mean, it was an experience, and I do feel that I was trapped in the car with them. I was stuck. They had an accident. We had an accident together. So yes, I'm going to have to agree with you with that. But I'm still going to go with Surratt because it is the underdog. Apple, you have money. Do you need Oscars? But yeah, for me, it's between Surratt and it is between F1. Should also been Warfare because that was amazing. I have PTSD. Whatever. So I agree with you when it came to that. You talked me into F1. So moving on from that, did I do everything? Make sure did we do it? Yes, we did visuals. We did. Did we do sound? We did sound, right?
Yeah.
We just did sound. Yes.
Yeah, we just did sound. Yeah.
Okay. So then here we are. Oh, no. Sorry. Technical difficulties. Film editing. F1. Marty Supreme. One battle after another. Sentimental value. Sinners. I am going to go with, see, that Marty Supreme. It was very similar to Uncut Gems. And I had a fit with Uncut Gems. But also F1 is good. But I really feel that it should go to Marty Supreme because the tennis was tennising. The rapper whose name I forgot, who I loved, which makes me a terrible fan, was running, and Tyler the Creator. He was great. Everyone was great, but he didn't edit anything. But those tennis sequences and just the high pitched nature of it all in terms of the intensity and what's happening, what's going on, I had a panic attack. So it has to go with Marty Supreme.
That's a very good pick. it feels like it's too easy to keep saying this is a toss up between Sinners and one battle after another. No, I mean, Marty Supreme has to win something, right? It's not going to not win something. It's so I think this is one that it could win. Um, I I think that's probably going to win this. If I had to make a pick, it's possibly going to be Sinners once again. Um, but yeah, we have to wait and see. I may have some more to say in the future once I have had a chance to really dive deeper into Marty Supreme. But yeah, when you mention Uncut Gems, though, I do remember that movie, and I laugh at that movie now because they had Kevin Garnett in that movie, and then you hear about all this stuff that was happening in the NBA recently, and I was like, okay, that's very funny.
I'm muted again. I guess so. That is your final pick
Yeah.
then, and we will talk about Marty Supreme in a review eventually. We are. It's just a lot has been going on in the same day. So, I think that was film. Now we have production design. How good did this scene come together with the designness of it all? Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, one battle after another, Sinners. Sinners. It's Sinners. The production was amazing. They turned a piece of wooden house into an amazing smokehouse stack thing. And the violins and the trees was treeing.
Yeah, I think it's Sinners also. Um, if it's not Sinners, maybe I will give a honorable mention to Hamnet because that is a period piece, and I
Mm.
see them wanting to acknowledge and say, "Oh, we like how well they captured this particular period in time." So, but yeah, yeah, I like Sinners a lot.
That's
So,
right. I forgot. Hamnet is a period piece. It was very gorgeous. It was very beautiful.
mhm.
Oh, I wouldn't be mad if Hamnet took it. Sinners, but I wouldn't be mad at Hamnet. So yes for Hamnet as well. Moving on, we have animated. This now here we go now. Animated feature film. Arco, Ilio, why are you here? You was not very good. Respect. K-pop Demon Hunters, Little Amelie, or the character of Rain, Zootopia 2. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Ilio does not respect to Ilio. But why is you here? Why is you here?
Well, I can answer that question.
I wasn't inspired, you know?
I know why it's there because they can't put Toy Story there yet because Toy Story isn't out yet. They can't put any of the other movies that Disney is releasing, so but they have to have something on there every year. They got to have something on that list. I did see Elio also. Uh, wasn't impressed. I was okay with the story, what they were trying to tell, the type of lessons they were trying to teach, but it was not. That did not feel to me like it was anything that should be worthy of it being on this list. Um, Now, here is my controversial answer. Um, I think it's going to be K-pop because, listen, I've seen that movie. You know, obviously, I have a niece that when I went home, I saw it multiple times. Every time I go back there now, that she wants to watch that movie, and I understand why the movie has so much popularity. We can make the comment that yes, Netflix they try to get awards because they made sure we gonna make sure we get nominated for a lot of things, and I don't really know. I don't think they all deserve to be on every list in terms of them wanting to get on that list. But I would not be. Listen, Zootopia 2 probably should win this. You know, I'm just saying. But the K-pop movie, I feel, is a lot of people are on that movie. I was surprised so many people love that movie. Even others in the gaming industry, for example, Hideo Kojima, who makes Metal Gear, even he was praising this movie, talk about how amazing it is. And when I saw that, I was very surprised because, yeah, I was very surprised to see that. So, but overall, I think I don't know if I don't know if it's nominated for anything else. But if it's only nominated for this, it might win this. I just don't know. But no, let's go back to you, Dana. I think I know what your answer is, though.
Please, what is my answer?
Zootopia, right? Zootopia 2.
The greatest animated movie of the year? Absolutely.
Yes.
Because look, the first one we had racism. This one we have complete genocide. And what was the thing? And intimate domain.
Mhm.
Come on, genocide, domain, the snake, the lion who's like, "Rawr, I'm your friend," and then, "Rawr, I'm actually your enemy." The plot twist. Respect to K-pop Demon Hunters. I love K-pop Demon Hunters. I was like, oh my God, did you even watch it? You know, Soda Pop, which in my opinion is way better than Golden. It was like, to me, that should have been the best song. I'm sorry. How do you not walk down the street and be like, you're my soda pop, my soda pop? Yeah. Amazing. But in terms of a movie that is both not just relevant for today, but is hilarious, that whole Shining situation. The Shining. We had Ratatouille. There was callbacks to so many other things, and it still made it very relevant. It was hilarious. I mean, hilarious. This was an amazing movie. Well put together, well written, well production, everything. So for me, it has to go to Zootopia 2. I still think about, I have seen this movie over 10 times. Thank you, Disney, for the screeners. I have seen this movie over 10 times. I have seen this movie in the movie theater like 3 times. I love this movie. We're like this. I'm waiting for the third one. What's the bird about? I want to learn about some birds. I don't know anything about a bird. I want to learn birds. So for me, this is the best movie ever. I loved K-pop Demon Hunters. Go on, Richard.
Oh no, I was going to say. So you're right about everything you said. So I'm going to change my pick to Zootopia also. I know that it's made billions at the box. It absolutely is dominating the box office. So that speaks volumes to it. So, but no, continue what you're going to say.
No, I was going to simply say I love K-pop Demon Hunters. I really do. I cannot remember everything about K-pop Demon Hunters. I just can't. Aside from you're my soda pop, my soda pop. Like, it was cute. I was here for it. I'm hiding my true self. Like, I'm all for that. But no, Zootopia, genocide. So that's just my spiel to the voters. Please put Zootopia 2. I know their kids are gonna make them pick the other one. Oh, their kids are gonna be like, Daddy, why didn't you vote for K-pop Demon Hunters? Okay, so international film. We have Secret Agent. It was just an accident. Sentimental Value. Surat, the voice of Hein Rajab from Tunisia. So look, for me, it was just an accident. This was one of the best movies. To me, best movie should be best movie like nomination because it was so superb and it made you think. I was bawling at the end of the movie. Movies don't make me cry. I don't understand emotions. My face somehow produced wetness. That sounded really weird. But still, this was an amazing, amazing movie. And for me, it was just an accident. What about you?
Okay, so my question first to you, was it just an accident or is there more to that story?
It's layered. It's more about, I didn't mean to do what I did because I was just following orders. But were you really following orders? And then who are you? Is it an accident that I think you are who I think you are? Or am I right in thinking who you are that I think you are? So the layers and just despite no matter the language barrier, what country you come from, everyone can relate to this. So that's my plea.
Okay. I will admit that I have not seen any of these particular movies. I do have a
Oh,
one. I do have a question though. Uh, why is No Other Choice on this list? Because that's a movie
why
I saw
isn't
people
it? Yeah,
talking. Yeah, that's a movie I saw a lot of people talking about. Again, I know it was in limited release because it came out towards the end of last year, but here it just came out in theaters here. So obviously, a lot of people that haven't seen it or have access to seeing it, but that director won a movie previously. He won the Best Picture a long time ago for another movie he did. So I think it's interesting. It was not included on here. I don't know if there was if there was like they have a deadline for submissions. I don't know any of that, but that's a movie that should have been on this list or somewhere in any of these award categories.
he wrote during the writer's strike.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And it's punishment. Because that movie, woo, very relatable. Anyone in this economy knows what it's like to be unemployed
Mm-hmm.
and to keep searching and looking for a job.
Yep.
That movie should definitely be on the list, but they are punishing him. They are punishing him like they did Will Smith. Because emancipation wasn't emancipated. It wasn't emancipated. That's it. He wasn't emancipated. So that's what happened. So, yeah. Good. Okay, moving on. We have did I skip some? We did
I think
production design.
we did production.
Okay.
We did animated feature.
Yeah. I should
Documentary.
delete as I go along. Wait, what was the last one?
That's documentary feature film.
We didn't do documentary. We didn't do that yet.
Yeah, we didn't do that.
International. We did international. Yes, because I just was like, it should be, it was an accident. Okay, let's go. Documentary feature film. I'm not sure if you saw any of this, but The Perfect Neighbor. Boom. What about you?
The Perfect Neighbor, I guess. I haven't seen most of those. But yeah, let's go with The Perfect Neighbor.
Well, we've seen The Perfect Neighbor. A lot of, by the way, just like self promote here. A lot of these movies, we have interviews with the cast and production crew and everybody else. So we do have interviews. They're already up, and some will continue to be up. And I'm still arguing with one of the studios for my interview with someone else, but that person's not nominated. So, moving on. We have original song. Dear Me, Diane Warren. It's golden. Na, 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 na. I lied to you from Sinners. Sweet Dream of Joy. And Train Dreams. Child, the fight. This is going to be a three-way, and this is going to be a fight. And Diane Warren is going to leave the theater either in tears or in cheers. Child.
Okay. I'm going to let you go first.
She's the Susan Lucci of this entire situation. You're old enough to remember Susan Lucci.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, remember that lady was nominated like 28 times and she only won 28 years later? And she finally won? And she's like, oh my God. So one was like, I'm going to die before y'all nominate me, before you give me an award. It's the same thing with Diane Warren. Diane Warren has been nominated 11 times. She has not won nothing. So I am wondering if the Academy is going to be like, we sorry, and give it to her. But here's the thing with this. I Lied to You was so impactful. It is more impactful than Golden. I can't tell you a single song from Train Dreams or Vida Verde, respectfully. Golden, I'm afraid, will only win because, Daddy, did you go for Golden? We're going up, pop, pop. That's the only problem that I have. But it should go to I Lied to You. Diane Warren, go away, respectfully.
So you said I Lied to You?
Yeah, that was from Sinners.
Yeah, that's your pick. Yeah.
That's my pick.
That's also my pick.
You sure?
I was thinking about. Yeah, no. That's my pick. I was surprised that There's another song he did the last time. That's the song I'm surprised is not nominated because that is another song I remember, like from the movie. So but no, this should win. I think I lied to you. Should win that.
Yeah, it should win, but I see that Diane Warren. I don't know. It's not your year. I'm so sorry, Diane. So sorry. I don't know what a yeah. No, I'm sorry. Okay, so moving on. Costume design. Now this is when I jumped the gun. This is Avatar. They had costumes in Avatar. Well, they were animated costumes. Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, Sinners. Ruth, just come to the stage. What do you say? Now Marty was not bad.
You say wait, hold on. What did you say? It's not bad.
I said Marty was not bad, but Ruth, come on now, it's Ruth.
Yeah, it's Sinners. It's Sinners. It has to be Sinners. That's my I go with Sinners.
Okay, is Mr. Scene? He said he's feeling sinful. So we have up next casting. This is a new award category. Congratulations to the casting directors for being recognized. Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sinners. Best cast.
Okay, I'm gonna put you on the spot first with this one.
Oh, child, it's between Hamnet, One Battle, and Sinners. I think I'm very confused right now because everyone played their roles to such exception that it comes down to One Battle and also Sinners. Because you think of like the Christmas Adventurers. Even they had the president, not the president, but Fitzgerald Grant, Tony Goldwyn, which will always be our president. They had him in his little tiny role, but it was so significant. But you look at the significance of every role in Sinners, you know, they relied on each other. And that's kind of what I go, what ensemble cast really relied on each other and who really bounced well off of each other. And that is kind of where I'm stuck at. But my soul says Sinners because of that. Because every single person was so intricate to that movie. And every casting decision had to be so important. I think that if you had a cast member who really didn't work in terms of one battle after another, the movie would have been okay. But Sinners relied so much on how well that movie was casted. I'm going with Sinners.
I'm going to agree 1,000% for the reason that you said, but also because clearly because of how certain characters were casted, that obviously led to other people getting elevated and nominated for a role as well, like Delroy Lindo, and then even the actor that played Cornbread. He's been in a lot of other movies, but clearly every character had some level of importance in this movie. So I would say, yeah, it's Sinners. It should be Sinners, but it can go to One Battle. A lot of people like Sean Penn. They like the fact that he was in that movie, the crazy character he played. So, but no, I think it's Sinners. It is, like you said, between Sinners and One Battle. But we'll see.
Just be kind to one another. The kindness. Yes. And like even the Irish dancers, the two Irish people at the side, because we do know that Jack O'Connell was like the main one. He's superb. But then the ones on the side was like, you did your job. Even the Native Americans who like got on their horse and was like, peace out. That was amazing. We don't get involved. We done told these white people bye. That was superb.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. The important ones. Oh, this is so mean. Actor in a supporting role. Benicio del Toro, Jacob Elordi, which I did not know that meant that the other one, Oscar Isaac, was best actor. I thought it was going to be well, it's called Frankenstein. Let me shut up. Delroy Lindo, Sean Penn, Stellan Skarsgård. That's mean. Because it's like a 4-way tie. Respectfully, just Stellan.
Yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot going on with that list.
That's a lot.
All right, let me make a comment, and then I'm going to give my pick. we'll see what happens with Jacob. I'm sure you've heard the news today. They actually were looking at him to play the next James Bond. They have approached him for that particular role. Hey, I guess he can certainly pull that off. I'm assuming, he has that type of personality, but we'll see. But my pick for this, um, I know it's controversial, right? What I'm about to say, but I think obviously there are certain people on that list you can see the Academy would choose them to win it. Like you could say Sean Penn, yeah, they could give him something because the character he played in there, there's a lot going on with that character. I could see Benicio del Toro also because he also did have a role in the movie, was important. I personally, it's Delroy Lindo because I don't think he will ever get a chance to win another award or even be nominated for another award. So I would give it to him because I feel like Benicio del Toro and Sean Penn, they're going to be in that category again or in another category because they're still making a ton of movies. Delroy Lindo, I haven't seen this guy in a movie in a long time since Sinners, and the role he played in that movie was fantastic. Everybody was talking about that character, so I would give it to him. That's me being selfish with the pick that I'm choosing.
He was in those Bloods. Didn't we talk about the Bloods?
The Bloods? Oh yeah, he was in that. Yeah, that was a while ago though, right? That was like a couple of years ago. That was a while. I feel like that was a while ago.
I feel like it. I'm bad at memory. I don't know what I even did yesterday. But he's still acting. He's not acting like the man is gonna die tomorrow. He has to win.
Yeah, no. But, I'm not saying no. Hopefully, God willing, everybody is good. They'll be around for a long time. I'm just saying, I don't know if he's going to get nominated again for another role. I mean, I just don't know. Well, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that he was in things. He was last in The Harder They Fall, as well. That was in 2001.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. So he pops up like every 3 to 4 years. Mm-hmm. But he was also doing the Kerry Washington show, which of course is not Oscar nominated eligible.
Oh,
but he was
an
Unprisoned because I interviewed him. And he was like, "Oh my God, you're so smart." And then I interviewed him for Sinners, and he was like, "Oh my God, you're really dumb." So, yay! I was just melting in the corner. I'm like, "I'm sorry, I'm not that smart. My favorite color is apple." Yeah. So I have to go with Delroy. Why you nominated him? This was amazing, and it is about time. It's about time that he gets recognition, and the monologue that he gave was superb. I love Sean Penn and will always be rooting for Sean Penn. He played that role exquisitely, but there's a lot of controversy behind his role and the fetishizations of Black women's. And I love Benicio. I do, but a few small beers. I need more than that, respectfully. Just a little bit more. Then a few from small beers. I like that. Okay, viva. So just something a little bit more would make me happy. So then going on from that, we have adapted screenplay. Begonia, why are you here? Frankenstein, Hamnet, which is based off of Hamlet, One Battle After Another, and Train Dreams, the Choo Choos, which I forgot existed. But what are your picks? If you pick Begonia, I will reach across the screen and we'll ring you. Remember the ring? Bring back the ring.
I do remember that. I do remember that. There'll probably be a joke about that in the next scary movie later this year. So look for that. I think this is Hamnet because again, this movie it's going to win some stuff. A lot of people are talking about this movie. A lot of people have been talking about that movie, and I was like, when I did my research, I'm like, okay, now I understand why. This I could see winning that award. If it's someone else, I guess it's One Battle, but I think this has to win something. I think this is going to Hamnet. If I had to make a guess, that'll be my pick.
I'm not mad if Hamnet wins. Hamnet was fantastic and heartbreaking, and of course, a twist on Hamlet. I have to again. Why is Begonia here? Terrible movie, respectfully. For me, what my hopes and dreams and wants has to be Frankenstein. That's just who I would want. I thought it was exceptional. Oh, wait, I can't get rid of the screen. Why won't you go away? Lord, it's like the herpes. It keeps coming back. So, sorry. I absolutely loved Frankenstein. The story completely grabbed me. And it was something that, even though we have known Frankenstein since the beginning of time, felt very refreshing to me. So I want Frankenstein. I would not be upset if one battle takes it and then adapted would be no. If one battle takes it and then original would be Sinners, which I don't think we got to original yet. But I just love the way how they created something. My whole thing is, I don't care if it's something that we've seen before. How do you make it different? How exactly do you make it different? We've seen Frankenstein since, I'm pretty sure you was a child in the 1800s. And this to me was just so refreshing of an idea. So I have to go with Frankenstein, but I would not be mad if it was Hamnet. So moving on from that, we have original, which is Blue Moon. Really? Because that really did feel like a theater adaptation. It was just an accident. You already know my thoughts on that. Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. Who do you see, Vini?
All right, controversial pick here once again.
Okay.
It's Sinners. It has to be Sinners because there were layers to that storytelling. Even when they tell you the whole thing about, yeah, they just want to have the shop, the juke joint, and then the layers on top of with the stuff with racism and how you talk about the music, the vampire stuff, all of that, and the way that they explained it in the context, and then the fact, and I give a special shout out to Ryan Coogler for actually be willing to kill off important characters, unlike another show that we have been watching and covering on the main Coalition channel, where they decide, yeah, we are going to let all these characters survive in case we have more spin-off shows. I don't like that, so Sinners 1000%. Yes, that's it.
Okay. My fear is that Grandpa and Grandma is going to get together and be like, sentimental value. It is sentiment and value in it. I loved it. That's my fear. I do think that it's gonna, because we haven't picked it for anything, but I do kind of think that it will probably like, yay. My thing is that it should 1000% go to Sinners because of the layers. But if we're doing layers, it was just an accident. It was very well layered. Also, Blue Moon is something, again, the same crowd of my great granddaughter. Woo! Blue Moon is like old Hollywood. If you really boil it down to it, it's talking, it's monologues, it's thinking and an analysis, and it's really a play. I am wondering if Blue Moon could surprise everyone and actually take it. But I want Sinners because of what you said, the layers and the depths of it. But I am starting to wonder if Blue Moon is going to be a threat. To me, it was just an accident. It was absolutely superb. And the way that I am really surprised that we didn't get best casting when it came to, it was just an acting as well, because everyone seriously played their part exceptional. And you needed each and every character to be in that movie to be on point, or else it would fail. I think that it should go to, it was just an accident as well, because that was very well layered. But I would not be mad at Sinners, but I'm also being like the older crowd, yay, sentimental value. So my final answer, even though I'm pretty sure it makes no sense, will have to go to Sinners. I'm gonna talk myself into things. A lot of this is just me talking myself into picking something. But yeah, so that's my opinion, my choice there. So moving on, we did original. It is best supporting actress in a supporting role, best supporting actress. Why are we changing things? Ellie Fanning, Inga. Oh Jesus, but the dude, sentimental value. I'm so sorry. Amy Madigan. Why are you here, Amy? Wumi Mokasku, I'm so sorry, and Tiana Taylor. I butchered that. I am no worse than them people who get on the stage and it's like, I don't know these words. I am so sorry. I'm ignorant. Who do you pick? Because I am torn between Woomy and Tiana. I don't know why Amy Madigan is here, respectfully.
Yeah, I will say this. Yeah, we did talk about weapons. I did enjoy the movie, but I agree she shouldn't be on this list. Sentimental value. Obviously, I'm going to have to see that movie because they got two people nominated on this list, so I got to check that out at some point. I do think this is between, like you said, between Sinners and One Battle After Another. We've already seen Tiana win a Golden Globe Award, and she's won a couple of other awards. So I would not be surprised if she does win this award as well. But I got to give it to Annie. Sinners, Annie, that character Annie. I got to give it to her because that not only was that a good character, it's a character that actually had common sense. Most of the time when you see these movies where it's a horror situation, there's somebody that is smart and like, hey, don't do this, or if something happens to me, you have to take me out. And I like that she played that role. The fact that she had the shared backstory with I guess it was Stack. Yeah, because they had a kid together. And then she did go out. Unfortunately, a lot of people went out in that movie. But yeah, I think that I would, because obviously Tiana is going to win this award. I think because she's already won the Golden Globe. But the fact that they added her to this other category, it kind of makes me want to vote for her now instead of Tiana because of that. But I would give it to her. But I don't have a problem if it goes to Tiana. Both of them were phenomenal, so I don't have an issue with either one of them. But I do think one of them is going to win this award. I will say that.
So here's the thing with Tiana, and a lot of people are upset. They're upset because Tiana was only in the movie for like 16 minutes, maybe. But the thing about Tiana's character was that she is the whole reason for the movie.
Yes.
She is the reason why the child exists. She is the reason for why these freedom fighters, follow her and honor her and still do things. She is the reason for this entire movie. And you may not like how the character was portrayed or fetishized, which again had nothing to do with how Tiana, played the role. She didn't write the role. And again, if you really want to make it was fetishizing a black woman, she had to survive. That was her survival tactic. My thing is this. I need people to understand that there have been actresses and actors who have been in a movie for 3 minutes and get not just a nomination, but win for 3 minutes. Judi Dench. Movies back from, I think it was the 80s and the 70s or something, in there for just 3 minutes, and she's won an award. So, oh my gosh, she was only there for 15 minutes. That doesn't hold any weight. That doesn't hold any water. She's the whole reason for the whole movie existing. But Woomy coming in and getting nominated threw all of that out the window for me. Not because of the length of the movie. Yes, the impact of the movie, but the impact that she had on each and every character as well. And that is why you can make the argument, oh my God, Tiana Taylor, you're saying the same thing about Tiana. But I feel that Woomy came in and put her hoo-ha in this role and really showed you joy, happiness, suffering, let me go, let me die. And then at the end, you have to get rid of that, of who you are, to come and greet us and your baby. It was such a well-layered role that I feel surpasses Tiana's role in One Battle After Another and had more meaning and depth to what she brought to that screen. Also, Tiana's I don't want to say she's just getting into this because she's not new to this. She's true to this. She's been around this since she was a teenager. But I just kind of feel, in terms of my personal impact, it would have to be Woomy. So that is who I vote for. I agree with you. Amy, I'm kind of wondering, is this like an FU to Cynthia Erivo or what are the other ones? Ariana? Because this is Best Supporting? This is not Best Actress. This is Best Supporting. Best Supporting. So like Ariana didn't get it. I know the little Ariana heads are like, wow, but child, that's a whole nother conversation. Moving
So
on. Wait, did you say yes?
I just want to make a quick comment. I know you said earlier they introduced the casting award. Uh, I don't know if they ever plan to have an award for like rising stars, but Chase Infinity needs to get something in the future or some type of recognition because I think she did a phenomenal job in that movie. I'm surprised she wasn't listed on anything. So hopefully that changes in the future. But if they're adding new categories, there should be a category for that, I would think. But this is my opinion.
I completely agree. I completely agree. That's why we kind of had the Golden Globes, and that's when Miles Canton was his name is Catton
Hmm.
came in and won. So I'm very happy for him. I do agree. But we also, more than anything, need an award for well, where's the stunts? I thought he was getting stunts. I think that's next year.
Yeah.
We just start stunting on them hoes. But yeah, I agree. Makeup and hairstyling. The one award goes to the Smashing Machine because Dwayne Johnson got nothing. Anyway, Frankenstein, Kokuha, Kokuho, Sinners, The Ugly Stepsister, that came out of nowhere, and The Smashing Machine. What are your thoughts on that one for hairstyle and makeup? I'm so surprised,
Okay.
The Ugly Stepsister.
First and foremost, it's not Smashing Machine. Sorry to Dwayne, the final boss, whatever he calls himself these days. Nope. Um, I mean, I'll say this. I didn't give this particular movie an award yet, so I don't want to keep saying Sinners for every movie. Maybe Frankenstein wins this, because
Mm.
I like how they did the characters in the movie, how all that stuff. So maybe that's something that I can say, okay, it could get that. Because Sinners is not going to get every award, but that's if I have to switch things up, I'll have to go with that Frankenstein.
Can I just say that I'm really surprised at horror? We got some horror in here.
Hmm.
Horror would be banished to the Netherlands of the netherworlds. We got horror, not just Sinners, but we got the Ugly Stepsister. We got independent horror. So yay, people! I'm very excited about that. But for me, it would have to go to Frankenstein. I'm so sorry, Dwayne, but I need something more than just like poofed up hair and like a big nose, and you just crying in the corner. But yeah, I would have to go to Frankenstein. Respectfully, that those little two strands on Frankenstein's head, it was working for me. It did it for me. Luscious. Wow, he was moving with his body, and that hair was moving with it. I gotta go to Frankenstein. I agree with that. So our last category, unless I skip something, is going to be original score. What's a score? The sound that makes you so happy. We have Begonia. Why are you here? Frankenstein. Woo. Hamnet. Okay. Sinners. One battle after another. Ludwig, just get on the stage.
Yeah, Sinners, Sinners, 1,000% Sinners. I would give an honorable mention to One Battle. I did like the soundtrack of One Battle. Some of the song choices I like, but Sinners overall, because again, that song, like you mentioned, the "I Lied to You" song, again, that duet that Miles has, that song is that's an excellent song. Something about the last time. That's a beautiful song. I would have to give it to that because again, the way they incorporate the blues, all the other stuff, they got to get something. They got to get something. So I would think that's going to win that award.
Yes, I agree with you because Ludwig, he can do no wrong in my eyes. He has scored life. He is basically everything that I love. He is in his own element, and so I would have to agree when it comes to that. It was absolutely beautiful. I'm surprised that Avatar didn't make anything. I'm pretty sure I heard something ethereal playing during Avatar. I was half asleep anyway during the first viewing. Saw it plenty of times after, unfortunately. But yeah, Ludwig, I'm just happy for him. He does exceptional movies. He has an exceptional soundtrack. He knows his music. He knows his things and his stuff and all of the. Not just that, he understands culture as well. So that is why I think he should win because he is that movie. Even the music alone, and the Irish part of it was beautiful. The African part of it was superb. The Black American was just amazing. So I think the intricacies and the complicatedness of the film, he just has to win it. I absolutely love it. I don't remember any of the music from Why are Begonia? Why are you here? Hamnet was very beautiful, and I'm not even gonna lie. So was Frankenstein, but I'm sorry, Ludwig just he stole the show for me. So that has kind of been our predictions as to who we would want to win. I'm pretty sure someone is like, "You're wrong, sentimental value," and I'm very happy for you. Remember, we're not getting the awards. We're not getting paid to win an award or to give prediction of an award. So good for them. Everyone has an opinion. Go with your opinion and be happy. But now we're going to talk about the snubations of it all because I am kind of a little bit upset about what had happened. We all know about we talked about Sinners, 16 nominations. We talked about One Battle, even Hamnet and Sentimental Value, which got a lot of nominations that I didn't see. But let's talk about this. What are your feelings? People are saying 28 Days Later got shut out.
Oh, they're talking about the one that came, not the most recent one, the one that came out last year, right?
No. Yes.
Yeah.
Because they was like Ray Fiennes.
Well, that's a very interesting. The people. I understand people are mad about that as well. I enjoyed the movie. I know some people did not like. They felt it was a little bit different from what they was expecting. But again, this is a trilogy. It's telling a story over 3 movies, so I don't. I understand that, but I think yeah, it probably should have got nominated for something. I don't know what it would have been nominated for. It wouldn't have been Best Picture. Um, Maybe something having to do with the visual effects or something on to that degree. Um, but no, I think it could have got something, but maybe they are saving that award for the one that came out most recently this past weekend because I hear that one is a lot more what people are expecting, but I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know for a fact. But very interesting. I know people were complaining about that, so that's interesting.
Another one, I'm not sure if you saw Die My Love, but Jennifer Lawrence gave an exceptional, so did Robert Pattinson. They gave an exceptional portrayal of a couple that was just falling apart. You can make the argument because they kept saying she has what is that, postpartum depression, even though she says she doesn't have any ill will against her child. She doesn't want to harm the child. I think she was just sick and tired of her boring life and her boring husband, who may or may not have been the bi. I believe that did we talk about Die My Love? We talked about Die My Love. So people are upset that Jennifer Lawrence got nothing. And I thought it was great.
Oh yeah, so you said they're mad about that also. But listen,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean it feels like listen, I will say this, all right. I'm happy that Sinners got all those nominations, so I will never apologize for that. One battle after another, yeah, I could see it getting not all those nominations because when we spoke about it before, we had said these are probably 2 movies that you're going to definitely get a lot of nominations. There's other movies that could have been nominated. Would they have won? I don't know. I mean, I don't think so. If they're in the same category as those 2 movies, then it may have been a little bit tough. But no, I don't have an issue with. Well, I don't know. Jennifer Lawrence is. She's going to be in some other movies, I would assume. So I guess she will have an opportunity to get recognition for whatever else that she's working on. Robert Pattinson, yes, because this guy is working on a lot of different things also. But yeah, it is what it is. Were there some movies that could have gotten nominated? Yes, I think, like I said earlier, No Other Choice. That the fact that that's not nominated at all makes no sense to me. You said why, and I understand that reason, but for the simple fact that yes, a lot of people have lost jobs last year. They're still unemployed. That's a very relatable movie, and again, that same director won the Best Picture award several years ago. So I think that's very interesting that they would just say no, we can't do it this time because of that situation. It's kind of ridiculous, but it is what it is.
My biggest one that like had me screaming at people is Hedda, Tessa Thompson, Nina
Oh yeah,
DaCosta,
yeah. Mhm.
Prime Video. That to me was so superb, well layered. Also, production design, exquisite cinematography, exquisite. That was just beautiful. And I am very upset that it didn't get anything at all. So, a plague on your house,
Now,
dishonor on you, and dishonor on your cow. Take that.
now I have a question for you. Since you did mention, since you did mention Tessa, um, do the Golden Globes have a limited series award that they give out, or do they not do that?
Yeah,
Because okay,
yeah. Remember, not tell me lies. All her fault. One.
okay, his and hers needs to win that award next year. That has to get nominated. It may not win it. It needs to get nominated. That was phenomenal. So I will be surprised if it doesn't get nominated whenever they do it next year, because it's not going to get nominated now because it just came out the start of this year. But that should be nominated because that was really good. Um,
Have you seen House of Dynamite?
why does that sound familiar? Who's in that?
Catherine Bigelow, Netflix.
I have not seen it. No, I haven't seen it.
You have not seen House of Dynamite? Okay, many people are
No.
saying House of Dynamite, but I think it left so many people angry that no, because like I was like led the protest in the middle of Tribeca. What was it, Tribeca? No, it wasn't. It was New York Film Festival, where I was like the leading voice. And what was that? But then everybody was like, oh. So, I love the movie, but I hate it so much. Did you see Jake Kelly by any chance? Because George Clooney got snubbed, and my heart, my soul, Adam Sandler got snubbed.
Yeah. You said Jake. What's the last name?
Jake Kelly. Jake
I
Kelly
haven't
now.
seen it. I haven't seen that yet. I've heard about that. I did hear about it. I haven't seen that yet. So there's a couple of movies I do need to see. I believe it though, because people were talking about that performance.
I was
Um,
Adam Sandler's campaign manager. He should have got a nomination for Jake Kelly. I know a lot of people was like, me, forget George Clooney, because George Clooney just basically plays himself. But to snub Adam Sandler, a plague on your house, a plague on your cow. Did you see The Materialist? Did we talk about The Materialist?
all that we haven't spoke about that.
It came out in January-ish, I think.
Oh, last year, January.
I believe so. Yeah, this was the one with the Pedro Pascal, Dakota Fanning,
Oh,
not Dakota Fanning,
okay,
Dakota
yeah.
Johnson.
Well,
What made
we
me
know.
extremely angry.
Oh, it made you angry. The movie made you angry. That they get
Angry.
nominated?
I was violent. I was no. I was violent at the movie for how it ended and who she chose, because you don't choose the broke bum who is never going to accomplish something in life that you have to beg. There was a scene in the movie where they're going to an anniversary dinner, and he had to park the car. He couldn't find a parking spot, so he couldn't even afford to putting in the parking lot because it was $25. He didn't have $25, and as a result, they lost their reservation, which of course costs them more money, because you
Oh,
gave your
right.
reservation up. And she sat there in the middle of New York City in the street, was like, I can't deal with this. You are too poor. And here comes Pedro Pascal, where screw love, because I don't understand love and I don't believe in love, was like, look, on paper we make sense. I'm basically a million billionaire. Come with me. But instead of choosing him, she chose that raggedy bum who still has the same car from the beginning of the movie and cannot afford parking and lives with like 10 people, the roommates. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, you're pushing 40. This is disgusting. I don't understand anything. And I hope you get pregnant and you can't afford your child either, because you're just an idiot. Sorry. I hated that movie with all my heart and soul, but people was like, oh my God, it should be nominated for like best screenplay. So you didn't see the movie.
I did see the trailer for the movie. I know exactly what you're talking about. Let me just let me just say this: if there's a award for the most overused actor of 2025, it is Pedro Pascal, because this guy has been in a whole bunch of movies. Like every week I see he's in a movie. He's in Fantastic Four. He's in that movie you mentioned. He was in that movie he did with what's his name? I can't think of his name right now. He was in Joker. The guy who was in Joker, he did that movie. I saw that movie, Edelberg or Edinburgh or whatever. I saw that movie, and I was like,
Eddington.
what? Yeah, there it is, Eddington. He's into all these movies. I'm like, Pedro Pascal, he had to be getting a lot of money last year. So,
see, he's living the life as an actual millionaire, billionaire who should have, the girl should have picked. But we want to be stupid and choose, oh my God, it's feelings. Feelings for a broke bum who can't even afford $25 parking? Whatever. Live your life. Go be broke together. Do you feel that Highest to Lowest should have been nominated? Because I never felt that it was an Oscar-nominated movie when I watched it and when that fight broke out in the middle of the theater.
Unfortunately, no. I thought it was an okay movie. I mean, what I thought was interesting about that movie is, at least in the theaters here, it was in a limited release. And when I went to go see it, yeah, obviously it was packed. There's a lot of people. And I thought to myself, well, why isn't this in more theaters? It was in select theaters. Obviously, it was on Apple, so I guess that's why they decided they didn't want to put it in too many theaters. But I mean, I thought it was okay. I support Denzel in pretty much any project he does. I also will support Spike Lee. I just thought the movie was just all right, though. I thought they were going to go in a different direction with certain things, and they didn't. And of course, I think that Rocky did a good job as well. But to me, it's like I could see why it didn't get nominated. I mean, I was all right with that. But with that said, Denzel will be getting nominated for something else again in the future. Obviously, I just let's see what that's going to end up being.
Sorry. Yeah, we just have to see what ends up happening with that. I was very surprised. I don't think you've seen this either. The Testament of Ann Lee. I love the Testament of Ann Lee. I didn't know what was going on. I thought it was like voodoo at first, Satanism. And then I got into it and was like, oh, this is the actual Quakers and the Shakers. Did you see that? It was brilliant. It was beautiful.
I do have to see that. I do have to see that. I didn't get a chance to see that. See, like I said, Dana, you are the expert as far as the movies that you've seen a lot more movies than I have. I think I did a pretty good job in 2025. This year, however, I will make it a point to see everything so that, just so I can keep up on all my knowledge of these films.
We'll see. I have no life, so that kind of also is like, people thought that Superman was going to get something technical. Did you feel in any sort of way Superman was going to come in and be like, oh, it's Oscar nominated?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Okay.
I will give James Gunn his credit for, trying to do some more stuff with the movies. I have to admit that I am not 100% sold on the actor playing Superman. I still prefer Henry Cavill, even though he is not in that role anymore. But I thought the movie was okay. Do I think it was the best superhero movie of 2025? Absolutely not. But it was an okay movie. It served its purpose, and we'll see where they go from here. But no, I didn't think that was going to get anything. I mean, I wouldn't be too surprised that it wouldn't. But I know Warner Brothers, they absolutely are hoping that they get into some type of nominations in the future, because they got to listen, they got to make some money, so they want to get recognized. Some of their movies to get a little bit more recognized.
I will say I'm absolutely surprised that Paul Mescal got shut out, because Hamnet was nominated.
That to me,
no Paul Mescal.
That is making. Now let me ask a question: did he get nominated for any Golden Globes, or did he just got shut out of that also?
I believe he was nominated for. Yeah, he was nominated for a Golden Globe.
Okay,
he was.
So
but
I will say this:
shocked.
I was shocked, but I will say this: this is a prediction, and it's actually the truth. It's not. This is not maybe it's a spoiler, as Paul Heyman would say. He is actually going to be in this Beatles movie that they're going to be releasing in the future. If he doesn't get nominated for that, I would be very surprised. because it's supposed to be like over. They're shooting the movie over several years as the character age. He's in that cast. I forget who he's playing specifically, but I know that he purposely wanted to, not act in too many things. He's trying to focus on that right now, and then do a couple of other theater things. So I'll be very surprised if he's not nominated for that movie whenever it comes out. I don't know when it's coming out. It's a couple of years from now, I think. But yeah, he definitely should have got something for Hamnet, though. At least a nomination. I mean, but it is what it is. I don't understand what they're when they make those decisions why he wasn't included. So
I am absolutely flabbergasted that we got nothing from Springsteen, Deliver Me from Nowhere. Jeremy Strong got nothing. Oh, yeah. He was phenomenal in that movie. I was asleep a little bit. But he was phenomenal in that movie. And I think that it's because it wasn't a typical biopic. It was more about depression and the cycle of depression. So maybe it didn't resonate with people, but I'm like, who in Hollywood isn't depressed? What are you doing? I'm confused. But yeah, he got shut out.
I agree. He was shut out. I really do like Jeremy as an actor. He's come a long way since Shameless. He's obviously had success with The Bear, and he was also in that wrestling movie as well. So yeah, I'm surprised he didn't get nominated for this, but I do look forward to seeing what he does next, though. I think at some point he is going to get recognized a little bit more. It just depends on whatever roles it is that he decides to get involved with.
Yeah, I'm completely flabbergasted. Guillermo del Toro, nothing. How do you create such a beautiful movie and then not nominate the director? Crack horse. I'm confused. Completely confused. I'm sorry.
Obviously. Well, maybe, right? Yeah. Well, maybe. Well, yeah.
Maybe.
Hopefully he does get nominated with. I think Frankenstein is going to win some awards, but yeah, he should have got nominated proper. But I don't know. We have to see.
Yeah. What are we doing? What are we doing? And I'm just confused about that. And Sharon was also did Drive, got knocked out. Miley Cyrus got knocked out. She did something for Avatar. Dream is one for Avatar. I don't remember anything. I was asleep. So let's talk about the. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Go on.
A quick question for you. What about your movie? What is it? The House Guest, or the movie that you recommended? Nothing. No type of recognition for that movie, and they're working on a sequel, from what I heard. So, what's that all about?
Here is why I am. Look, The Housemaid doesn't deserve any awards. Look, The Housemaid is just like, I love me some white domestic thrillers. I read all of the books. This made me happy inside. It is terrible. It is absolutely terrible. It's a mess. I am not looking forward to The Housemaid's Secret. I'm going to be very honest with you. Amanda Seyfried is amazing. Amanda Seyfried, unless they make changes, is not in any of the sequels. She makes like appearances. With this movie, it is solely going to be Sydney Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney cannot act. So this is look respectfully. When she was taking off her clothes, she knew how to act. But when it came to actual scenes that required acting, bouncing off of Amanda Seyfried, bouncing off of Brendan Skelton, I forgot what his name is. But the point is, she's not a good actress. I've said this since the beginning of time. So it could be like, oh my God, you're ganging up on her. I'm not. She can't act. Euphoria is a bubble. Okay? And I am very happy that she is successful in that bubble. But when it comes to other movies, and I will always say that I loved her in that, what was that independent movie that she did for HBO? I cannot remember. She played Winner. Her name was Winner. It was about CIA stuff. She was superb in that. Since then, it has gone downhill. I don't feel like she cares anymore. And that is the problem. I don't care to watch her. I have not seen Christy. Christy, they didn't even make I didn't even get like what do you call it? Like a screener link. Go watch Christy at home. Where is Christy? Christy, wake up. I don't like this. Christy, wake up. But no Christy or anything. So I can't even say like how she was in Christy. Christy, again, snubbed. Nothing. Ugh. Surprised. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. But no, it should not have been nominated for any Oscar. But lastly, I wanted to talk about Wicked. What the heck happened? Wicked Part 2 for good. For nothing. What happened?
That's a great question. I don't know. I guess people was some type of drop off and they didn't want to see the second movie. I mean, I don't really believe that because when I tried to go see that movie in the theater, it was damn near sold out. Every screening was full. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This might be a changing of the guard with Cynthia Erivo. Maybe I don't know. They want to. I don't know if they. Maybe she said something that made them feel like, oh, we don't want to nominate this movie. I don't know what happened.
I don't
But
know.
it's very.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, because when it comes to the music, I would expect that to at least get nominated from the musical side of things. But I don't know what they're doing. Um,
I was very confused. I don't understand what's going on. I was just baffled. And to me, I can understand not cinematography because it was very muddy, but at least costume. That costume was amazing. It's gonna click off. Oh, do
oh,
do 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 do.
oh,
I'm still here. Sorry
okay,
about that.
no problem.
Very weird. But for me, costuming was amazing. I was waiting for Paul Treadwell to get his other Oscar. He did not because they didn't even nominate him for costume. I don't know what happened. I am so confused by what happened. I don't know. I blame everyone, I guess, because this was just shocking to me.
Yeah. I don't know, but something definitely happened with Wicked. Maybe there will be a story that will come out about that in the future as to why it didn't get no nominations. I don't know if anyone has said something about this, if they, if anyone from who worked on the movie has made any comments about not getting nominated, or they just not on social media. I have no idea.
Yeah, it is absolutely baffling to me. I don't know. And from my understanding, there wasn't really any controversy that really happened. I know, it was just very weird. And I am very confused. And everyone would think, the last hurrah of the movie, usually that's when you start winning things. That didn't even happen. And then I just don't. Oscar nominations.
Wait, what did you say? The audio went out for a second. What did you say?
Nominations.
It went out. I heard you say nominations, but it had went out for a second, so I didn't hear what you said before that. Um,
Do you have any final thoughts? Sorry.
no problem. I hear you now. Um, oh,
Okay.
okay, no final thoughts. Although I do have one final question that I'm going to ask you, and we will revisit this in the future. Um, so I just want to get your opinion on how many nominees do you think that Christopher Nolan is going to get for the Odyssey when that comes out later this year? Because I anticipate that's going to get a lot of nominations, and then also your people at Marvel, obviously they want Avengers to get a lot of nominations. So, do you have any thoughts on that?
Christopher Nolan should get 10. Avengers, throw in a technical, something technical. If Jurassic World Rebirth can be nominated, so can Avengers Doomsday. The worst generated dinosaurs that I have ever seen, where a movie was so bad that I watched it in the house and you made you want to leave your house because it was just that bad. And I don't want to watch it no more. I'm leaving. This is your house. You have the ability to turn it off. Nope, I'm going to have to leave. I don't even want to touch the TV. It's that bad. It was bad.
Sounds good to me.
Horrendous. Embarrassing. Oh my god. Like, oh my god. But yeah, 10 for Christopher Nolan. We'll see. Maybe 11. We'll bump it up to 11. I don't think it's getting the 17 or the 16. Or then again, I don't know. I didn't see Sinners getting 16. So we'll have to see about that next year. Which, who even knows if we're alive by then? We might all just be in a big world war. So who knows? So, any other final thoughts that you have, Richard?
Oh no, this was a fun discussion. I'm definitely curious to hear what everybody thinks about the nominations, who they think is going to win. But no, looking forward to watching the show in March, and obviously, definitely we'll talk about it in the future because we're going to have to circle back and talk about the people that do win because there might be some controversy coming. So stay tuned for that.
Sentimental value sweeps everything. Sinners wins nothing. Riots in the street. Lord. Okay, then. I have been your host, Academy of Oscars, joined by Mr. Richard Bailey Jr. And stay tuned. And also, we are working on videos. We have more Oscar-nominated snub movies now that we know that they're snubbed. Roofman, trying to get my interview for what do you call it? I can't even remember the Dwayne Johnson movie, The Smashing Machine, which is fascinating answers of stuff. And we'll be back. I'll be back with the Wonder Man review, hopefully by tonight or tomorrow. And of course, we do have Mercy, which I loved. I can officially say that I loved Mercy. So, woohoo! It's not No Mercy. We're not getting the video game. It's just Mercy. This is the one with Chris Pratt. So, I'll be back eventually. Go check out the 800 videos that dropped today. And we will talk about more things because I discovered that Richard actually watched movies. So, I'm going to go and kidnap him and force him to talk to me more about those movies. So, I have been your host, Academy, joined by Mr. Richard, and we will catch you when we catch you, and that's when you've been caught.
Later.